Recording.
Oh shit, wait, need to... Okay, that was... Alright, welcome back. So, let's get right into it. Where we last left off in this crazy bullshit, you all had fallen asleep in this ballroom of some kind. A few of you had dreams, some more vivid than others, as some were more connected to their weapon than others, and some had dreams, very surreal and vivid dreams. Or perhaps visions, either way. Eventually you all decided to exit the ballroom and take the passageways around. It seemed a lot less confusing, strangely, immediately after that. Strange, dark orb shattered. And it was rather soon, actually, that you found a pair of gigantic, heavy steel doors. Required a lot of muscle to move. On the other side, it was very dark, and deciding to shoot out a lightning arrow, you were able to break past the darkness just enough to see a monstrously big and, well, furry form. A minotaur that turned out to be the warden of this massive game, so he calls it. This minotaur realized just in time before it became a desperate struggle to the death between him and all of the party members. He realized what was going on, and rather than killing the rest of you, decided to move his throne out of the way, revealing a passageway far too small for him to move through, and revealing that he is simply trapped here like the rest of you, slave to a devil. A very big one, in fact. And despite seeming very satisfied at the idea of ripping the thing's head off, he can't do it. Which leaves the task to you, the only ones with the weapons that can harm devils and demons. And so, after taking a long rest, yes, you get to replenish all of your things. You all headed downward into the cavern. Walked for some time, as seemed to be the theme of this place, but eventually you heard the sound of water, and with your dark vision, all looked down to see that water had flooded the cavern. There doesn't seem to be any other ways down, any other ways out, except back. So, what do you do?
Oh, wait.
I have a weapon the only weapon that can hurt demons. It's called a sick burn.
Yikes.
I thought
With
demons
that,
were immune.
I
I thought demons were immune to fire damage.
Not this fucking fire.
Get the shades right now, why don't you?
We're in an isekai. We all know the true power to kill demons is friendship. Meaning we're all fucked right now.
I tried to Moses the water.
Okay. You don't have any spells related to that, so make a charisma check.
Just look over at D-Rab trying to Moses water. I'm like, D-Rab, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to make the... Yeah.
Man, you've been watching
Alright.
way too much Prince of Egypt.
Okay,
Is there
but
such
good
thing?
movie though.
It is a good movie. I'll give you that. But
Alright,
Still.
so D-Rab, as you wave your wand out towards the water and try your best to focus on the image of the waters moving. Drip, drip. The tide seems to part just a little bit, but then easily and quickly crash back in.
Okay,
He's in
I'm
the
gonna walk up to the water and just take my mage hand and see how deep it is by lowering my mage hand until it hits the bottom.
Alrighty, you do that. This strange mental connection you have with this spectral hand. You could feel 20, 30. Actually, you don't think in feet. Fuck.
I think in feet.
Maybe he does. Maybe
No.
he does. He does now.
I always thought in feet, man.
Oh.
I never
Oh.
thought in meters and fucking.
I-
Most Canadians still think in feet for this kind of stuff. Few of us use meters,
Okay.
oddly enough.
Alright. Huh, I
Meters.
thought that was just America, but fair enough.
Now, when it
Uh,
comes to height and shit, we
yikes.
still generally use feet still.
Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, as you kind of command the hand downwards, feel 10, 20, 30, 40.
Well, once you hit 30, it's bloop. It just kind of floats because that's its range.
Alrighty.
I'm like, huh. Well, this is deep.
Dan, why don't you just try to like freeze it? Freeze the ball.
Wait, is
What?
it something we could go across, or is it something we gotta go down and under?
We have to
Um,
go down.
Yeah, as you look across, kind of leaning forward and peering at the edge of your dark vision, yeah, it seems completely flooded. Even the ceiling kind of reaches the water.
Yeah,
So-
freezing it just means we would have to just have a cold bath.
Okay, well,
I see no problem with this. We haven't taken a bath in like 2 days.
What do our companions think?
they can't.
Yeah, so as you kind of look over your shoulder, Keck is just kind of like, he's nowhere to go. And Yerrick is just kind of like standing there with his arms crossed, kind of staring down the water just behind you guys. Tell you what, all I know is that, I mean, we can't breathe underwater, but you're undead, technically. Maybe you
yeah.
Yeah, I guess we don't technically breathe. D-Rab, hold your breath. See how long it lasts.
He doesn't have lungs. He
Exactly,
physically
Mike.
can't.
Yeah. Let me just. I've been holding my breath this entire time.
I mean, to be fair, he's talking without vocal cords there as well there, Cam. We don't know what's going on.
But what if
Yeah.
you can breathe underwater, Yerrick?
We can't. I can't, at least. He kind of like looks back up where Temra's just kind of standing there. And...
Is there a spell for that, Dan? Can you,
My
can
bright-
you give them hold
My
breath?
bright burning eyes are like, but maybe you can.
Starts making him transmorphs him with gives him gills.
No!
True
but
polymorph.
maybe you can.
He just turns him into a fish.
Polymorph. God.
You know what?
You
I
follow
think-
us
wish
if
we
you
could.
can.
I wish we could.
I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. I think D-Rab just wants a meat shield.
I will horrifically saunter over to Yerrick like a horror movie.
Yeah. He just kind of like uncrosses his arms and he's like, "Look, I wish, I really do, but it's that kind of thing you don't really try because you know it won't
I'll
work."
pat him, and then I'm just gonna like attempt to cast water breathing on him. Maybe
Okay.
he'll die. Who knows?
Maybe he'll die. You cast inflict wounds instead.
Yikes! Sorry, I've set it on the wrong setting.
Yes, water breathing fucks up, makes it that it can only breathe water and suffocates on land.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make
that's kinda how
a
the spell works.
charisma check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Powerful spell.
Water breathing?
Power.
Second level?
Second, I thought it was third.
Oh, maybe it's third. I can't remember.
Dan would
Oh,
remember.
wow.
Dan remembers all the spells.
Yeah, so as you kind of like lay your hand on his shoulder, he doesn't move away from you. And you try to focus on just the idea of him, breathing water and being perfectly okay, more or less.
That's it.
And your your red coal eyes kind of flare back up as you open your eyes. Doesn't seem to be any change, but would you know?
Try it. I point at the thing. I point at the pool of water.
Alright.
If something happens to
Flail-
him, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Flail your arms and then we'll pick you up. In case you can't breathe.
Yeah, how the fuck?
underwater.
How are you gonna do that, Dev? You don't have a foot.
Just shoot him instead.
That's not a kick then.
I didn't say I was kicking his ass, but I'd let him kick his ass.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be able to stop him either.
Yerrick is gonna be fine. Look at him. He's a buff boy.
So you're just gonna shove him in the unknown depth, so we have no idea what's down there.
No,
Yerrick
it's not gonna
kind
shove
of,
him there.
He can swim. He's fine.
He just has to put his head through to see if he can breathe. That's all.
Yep, so Yerrick kind of like approaches the edge of the water, kneels down, and kind of like takes like a focused breath, kind of balancing himself, and then dips his head into the water. 1 second. 2. He comes back up. Nope.
Okay. Cool. Never mind. Sorry, Yerrick. I tried.
That's alright, it is worth a shot.
But you're alive, yeah?
So
Still
Dan, you
yeah.
just
kicking?
Fine.
I bet it would have worked if you had the spell components, Dan.
I don't know how this world works. I'm pretty still sure this isn't D&D.
I mean, you keep trying to cast D&D spells, though, D-Rab.
I mean, parting the water isn't a D&D spell.
Control water.
Yes, it is. That's... Dan, you have an entire story based on how that spell went very wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
just
there's
kind of
We had an
really
entire
like
story of
parting
your
the
wizard
water.
casting
It
the
was
D&D
like
whirlpool and a clown of
dipping
dark.
the water.
Yerrick just kind of turns on you. Just kind of raises his hand. Once again, I'd love to ask, but not the time. So
No.
I feel like we'd be here for a long time if that was the case, and I don't think the Minotaur likes that.
Probably not. Well, let us head on our way then, I guess. Come on, guys, and I will just walk into the water.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure, like,
I feel like if we take ages, the Minotaur's just going to assume we died, so...
yeah, this is just a D&D spell forever as I just go in the water.
Yeah, so Heath, as you approach the water, wading in, it goes up to your shin, to your thighs, to your waist, higher and higher. And as it kind of reaches your chin, there's kind of like a bit of this instinctual struggle as you try to submerge yourself deeper, but you manage to do it kind of more out of habit, taking a breath, plunging yourself in the water. D-Rab, it's much the same for you.
As I watch those two walk into the water, I turn to Dev and I'm like, hey, do you think Dan can swim? Considering he's a skeleton with holes everywhere?
That's a good question.
You mentioned
It's
it.
not
I wonder
he-
if he'll float back up like driftwood.
Maybe. Are bones lighter than water? He doesn't have any buoyancy because he can't breathe in.
You know what? I bet you a dive in.
Yeah, fuck it.
And then I'm gonna
Wait,
dive
wait,
in.
wait, I'm betting that he can't swim, though.
Oh, well, I'm betting that he'll probably come up like driftwood, but...
Okay.
eh.
Okay.
Heath, D-Rab, they haven't come down yet.
We'll walk in now that I'll walk in now that I've made the bet.
I have a
Alrighty.
spinal shiver. They may be talking about me.
Like I said, I'm diving that shit.
Alrighty, so Dev, you dive. Wanna make a performance check, I guess?
Sure.
Why not?
Dev gets flushed.
As the ghost dives into the water without a splash, without displacing the water or anything.
Yes. Yes, indeed, exactly. Normally it would be very used to this, but it's not the same. It's really not the same, actually, as you kind of plunge yourself underwater head first, and the water doesn't exactly seem to react the way you would. There's not as much friction in the water. It's kind of like you're floating, same as above ground. It's kind of anticlimactic, actually.
Huh.
And
Well,
Cam, I
this-
assume you follow in.
I just do the same. I kind of like wade into the water before like taking a breath and like dunking my entire head under.
You do so.
Here
Alrighty,
we
so.
go. Skeleton mic test underwater.
Alright, so you all are holding your breath. And strangely, as you do spend longer amounts of time under there, maybe it's just kind of like a ghost pain. Maybe it's pretending, maybe it's wishful thinking, but you do almost feel like a certain burning beginning in your lungs, as I imagine you swim your way forward.
That obviously is a phantom
Even
pain.
me?
With D-Rab, he has no lungs.
Even me?
Yeah, even you.
Yuck. I'm gonna check if I do have lungs by, piecing my rib cage with my hands.
Yeah, you do you stick your hand in there. God, that's weird. As you kind of stick your hand in your ribcage, you don't feel anything. In fact, it's no blood, no pus, nothing, not a thing. Yet you do feel, as you kind of try to reach around where your lungs would be, you do still feel a slight bit of the burn in the same place that your hand is. It's a really weird sensation.
Ow. Cam, I should write a play about this when we get back. It's very surreal. It's very surreal. I
I
don't
just
know.
look
I
at you,
don't know if
unwilling to
I
open my mouth.
How much water is pouring into his forehead right now?
Good question.
I mean, look, I'm no expert. I feel like that's not how foreheads work.
Yeah.
It might after the Minotaur cracked yours open.
There is like this faint trail of blood that comes from Cam's forehead, but otherwise it's
I
fine.
don't need that.
You don't.
Hey, we got a trail on the way back.
Yeah, so you all swim forward deeper and deeper into the cave. It is indeed exactly as you would have expected, as the ceiling itself is submerged underwater and you have to swim. And you find yourself in, again, what seems like much more cave-like this time, much more uneven. And although it is underwater, there are bodies floating down here, which is kind of weird,
They all float
Just-
down here, Billy.
don't they? It's pretty much just more or less a straight cave. And you don't really see the end, not yet. It does curve upward. As you move on, eventually you do see a bit of a beginning of an incline, but first you have to get past the body. There are several. You count about 5.
So I see these bodies just floating, right?
Uh-huh.
You gotta see me poke my finger at them. Pop, pop. I ain't taking risks.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
always gotta double tap.
Yeah, double tap, man. I have watched my.
There you go.
Pop, pop.
Yeah, as one you hit directly in the side, the other directly in the skull. One's mouth just kind of opens as a kind of like slowly floats back from the impact. No response. They seem to be dormant.
Fuck it, I will turn on the mulch. I don't trust this.
As you pew and pew and pew some more, you do put a lot of holes in these things. One just seems to be like a zombie and its entrails fall out, but at no point do they actually start resisting.
Okay,
They just-
after they're like in pieces, I go, and I can just focus to go, let's go.
There's just gunk everywhere now.
Yes, there is. It's actually kind of hard to see, and you don't want to breathe that shit in.
We're not breathing anyway.
Right. Oh yeah, it would take you an amount of time, enough that your oxygen would run out. So, as you're kind of sitting there, Heath, and the rest of you just kind of waiting for this to be over with.
Clean yourself.
Yeah,
just-
so D-Rab is obviously talking underwater, and he seems okay, but as for the rest of you, the zombies in the shade, your lungs are burning now. You don't have enough.
Well, I mean, if I noticed that there was an increased burn, I probably would have kept moving, but, I mean, it shouldn't take me forever if I'm doing 1d10 damage to inanimate, 5 corpses. I should be able to blow their heads up pretty quick.
Yeah, let's say it takes you almost a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys, kind of just with a leap of faith, let go of your air, and you try to take a breath. You do. In fact, there is kind of water in your throat now and kind of in your lungs, but you notice the burning's gone. You don't need to breathe. You are actually undead.
Man, if we didn't need to breathe, how did we hold our breath?
Yeah.
All part of the mind.
Answer that yourselves, assholes. You're the one in here.
Look over at everybody, just shrug, and let's keep moving.
Bless you.
I didn't sneeze.
A false alarm.
I was about to sneeze, and then right at the end, it was like, no.
Alright, so you move on. D-Rab, I imagine you take a few extra precautions to make sure some of the intestines from the zombies and shit don't float through you, because that's kind of fucking disgusting. Unless you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I care.
Yep,
I
so
just
as you guys
pat it
kind
away.
as you guys kind of sweep the rotting corpses out of the way, you do eventually come along the other side of...
I just
What's
cast
up?
Mage Hand, grab one of the heads, and just have it trailing Dan's head.
Wow. Rude. I kinda wanna look over and I panic and I will attempt to implode it.
Okay. Roll charisma check.
Like shrink it out from existence. Like get out of here.
Make your charisma check.
Damn.
Yeah, not happening. As you swat at the head, its jaw just kind of drops open. You can almost swear it's laughing at you.
Dude,
Just stick the Mage Hand in
I
and just
will,
activate the head like a puppet.
I will remember this.
As you guys do eventually reach a higher and higher incline, as you begin swimming upward, and you do see your vision kind of blurs as you notice the edge of the water, and you do eventually come up. Again, there's that instinct to gasp for air, but you don't need to breathe.
Well, that was
You
simple
find
enough.
Yeah. You find yourself in what seems to be a bit of a, I guess you call it a pit, that is flooded with water. Its ledge isn't too high up, maybe only a few feet, like the equivalent of a actual swimming pool, maybe a bit higher. Wouldn't be too hard to climb your way out of there.
Yeah, that's easy enough. Let's keep moving then.
Alrighty. So you climb yourselves up, kind of looking around. You see, on one edge the cave kind of ends, kind of a natural end. In fact, it almost looks like it's been excavated, which is kind of weird. There's no such thing as like mining equipment around or any beams, but it's almost as if rock had been chipped away and eventually eroded itself to look more natural. On the other end, you do see kind of, again, a very cave-like hallway that stretches out this time suspiciously straight.
This is a suspiciously straight tunnel.
That's pretty gay of you to say.
Well, that's very homophobic of you to reply.
Maybe it's trapped.
Wow.
Okay, so do you move along?
We move along the straight tunnel. I guess we'll keep an eye open. Let's keep an eye open. There might be something here. We probably should.
Make a perception check.
My eye closed.
Not
Alrighty. Those of you who care, make a perception check. Fucking what?
I can't keep my eye closed, Avalon. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh god, okay. Yeah. As the two of you kind of start looking around, Dan and Dev, you actually notice at the same time, you kind of look down, and some of the stone, it's still kind of like cave-like, but it's almost a little bit lifted from the rest of the cave. It's directly in the middle and stretches all the way from side to side.
We may have foot traps here.
Wait, what?
Well, like a pressure
I
plate.
will point out towards the stones.
Ah,
Yeah, like a pressure plate, just like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
so they're okay. Everybody stand 30 feet behind me, and I will step back 30 feet, and I will mage hand and just push the plate down.
Alrighty. As you activate the trap,
I'm gonna ready my sword in case, like, it opens like a panel and fucking monsters just start pouring out of some shit.
literally pouring just zombies.
That's why we're 30 feet away from the panel, right? We are a good distance from that panel.
As your magical hand pushes down on the panel, and you all hear, part of you says it's behind you. You hear this massive crashing and crunching, like something just fell. A lot of rock just fell.
We're about to be Indiana Jones.
Who
Yeah,
builds a plate trap to Indiana Jones? The purpose of a plate trap is to activate by the plate.
Should we find somewhere that we can get out of the way if a giant boulder does start rolling towards us?
I hate boulders.
You didn't say this was a slope. You just said it was straight. So if it's a
It is
boulder,
straight. It's not a
yeah. If it's not on a slope, how would the boulder chase us?
And by behind, I mean it's faint, but you kind of you hear it very faintly, like through the water, as if it was on the other side.
Yeah, maybe
Must have been very loud.
Maybe Yerik's dead because of Heath.
Oh no.
weird
That's
way to
entirely
activate
possible.
a trap.
Maybe
Yes,
the path
can't go
closed behind
back.
us, so we can't go out.
Yeah, it could be that.
Could be that.
Alright, well, may as well just continue forward.
Yeah. Seems-
Alrighty, so as you all continue forward, you find that the formation of this cave is much more natural than before. Some parts look like they may have been excavated a long, long time ago. Others look entirely natural, as if the passageways were almost extended. But there is pretty much what seems to be nothing in your way as you continue. You do find yourself at, well, rather than like the very labyrinthine like T intersections, you instead find yourself at like a Y intersection or two. Sometimes you are at one of the tops of the Y, or sometimes you're at the bottom. But you do find your way. Most of them seem to be dead ends, and you do find your way. At this point, there does seem to be a bit of a slope upward. All but Dev, of course, who I imagine is still floating. Begin to hike upward. And finally, as you turn a corner, you don't see a thin hallway, but a rather large, not too large actually, but more like a room, a small cavern. Imagining that there would be light, you kind of immediately look upward, but there isn't. There isn't. But on the far, far left side of the cavern, you see two very large doors. Not entirely unlike the warden's doors, but they seem to be more red-colored, made out of something you can't really recognize, as opposed to the typical like steel and stone.
I cast Mage Armor on myself.
You cast Mage Armor.
I ready myself.
I guess
Literally nothing else I can do. I got no magic that'll help.
Alrighty.
I'll walk forward and take a closer look, I guess, with my sword out.
Alrighty. Investigation if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Investigate.
Alrighty, so as you kind of take a closer look, it does seem to be very much stone of a different consistency. It almost seems to be like raw iron in a way, but it's tinted red.
Oh, like it's oxidized.
Sort of? Not exactly.
But, oh, Jesus, cat, you're back. Oh, hey, come on.
We're not in Dark Souls. We're in Doom.
Wait, oxidization's like a normal thing, though. I mean,
but it's
it could
not
also have
like...
been. I mean, if it's a metal, it could also just have been heat treated to a certain color.
Maybe, or maybe that, and they're just really committed to the aesthetic.
That or
I mean, it is a demon, so
it's get stained in blood,
feel
maybe?
like-
Who the hell knows?
Well, I don't have
But
any
it's, like,
blood
polished,
left to
right?
use.
No, it seems almost raw. As if it was almost not forged, but pieced together and somehow made into a complete whole.
Strange.
I'm very confused about what I'm seeing.
Are you
Say
just
the
gonna
least.
open it like you wanted to in the other door, but we kind of just shut the other door, so you can just open this one?
Yeah, I'll open it.
Alrighty.
Give it a push, and then if that doesn't work, I'll give it a pull.
I need to resist going on. Alright, so yeah, Cam, you begin to push the
Watch
door
with them
inward.
claws.
I want to have you roll a strength check because you're gonna say what? And as you And as you kind of push, do you push it open completely, or do you like try to peek around first? How do you enter?
Just push it open away and stand there.
You just push it open all the fucking way and stand there.
Yeah, I just. What's going on in here?
Alright, so as you enter your way in, you see.
If it wasn't meant to be opened, it would have been locked. Just putting it out there.
Da-dum-da-dum. You see this.
Them's a lot of bones.
Ew. Ew.
That's pretty cool looking.
Indeed.
Oh, my people.
And of course, I should describe the room a bit more. It seems to be more of a throne room than the warden's room, of course. And as you may expect, you do see sitting on what seems to be a much smaller throne, a smaller figure, made completely of bone. This scorpion-like tail just kind of leaned over the side and flicking as it seems to have expected you. Ah, yes, you're here. Come
Hey
in.
Dan,
come
that's your
in.
Pokemon evolution. I just
Oh,
completely
I'm
talk
gonna-
over him and ignore what he's saying.
I'm gonna grow wings. I also talk over.
That and
Dude,
apparently
a
your
sick
tail
fucking
bone
tail.
extends.
That's rad.
I mean, the tail is actually pretty cool, I guess. Oh, is my spine gonna grow out into a tail? Oh god, that sounds
Well,
painful.
I'm pretty sure technically we still have tail bones. Just we
Yeah,
don't
I
have
mean,
tails
like that's
anymore.
what I
So
that's what I mean. Like, is it gonna like grow out? That sounds like it'll. Well, I guess it might just be, you know, a
Maybe
growth
one
spurt.
day it'll just happen overnight for you. You won't feel a damn thing.
I mean, you
Yeah,
also
maybe.
have
Yeah,
like the
probably how it
bone
happens.
claws, and then, you know, your fingernails and toenails apparently gonna grow really big too.
I mean, I guess. I mean, that's okay. I'm more concerned about
positive in
extra
my book.
appendages. Yeah.
So what's this fucking thing doing as we were just having this casual conversation, completely ignoring this fucking creature of death?
It is just kind of leaning against its own fist on its throne, lounging. It doesn't quite seem offended. If anything, it grins. Ah, yes. You are always very entertaining.
Always. What you mean? You've been watching us for a while now?
Obviously.
man, crackheads will find anything entertaining. Honestly, you can put them in front of a fucking washing machine and I'd sit there for 2 hours.
Have you put a crackhead in front of a washing machine for 2 hours?
No, but I've
Camp
watched them
sat in
walk
front
around
of a
my
wash.
store. I've watched them walk around a service station for 2 hours, and somehow they were entertained by that.
Oof. Oh, is that? I pointed the thing on the ground. If this map is legit, is that our
It
way
is.
out?
You pointed that and say that out loud.
Yeah.
What, you think I'd be more clever than that, come on. It's behind my throne.
Again?
Oh shucks. But that one
What
was
about, like-
underneath the throne.
I'm
Look.
like,
Oh,
what
it has
about? And I point out like one of the
Exit-
open
exits
doors in
in
the
the same
corner.
damn
What the
spot.
fuck is that shit?
The open doors in the corner.
Yeah, it's like
These
Ah.
doors in the corner.
I didn't even notice that, honestly. Yeah, those can exist.
Never mind then.
Huh.
You didn't notice the what?
Oh, I just
Oh,
left
the open
them
doors
open
on the
for
side,
Zeke
the left
to
and right
close the
open
door.
doors. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The devil just left the doors open so he gets a draft.
You need that crosshair. It's hot as fuck down here.
Yeah, they're just windows.
Uh,
Like you walk around, you look at the window, and it's just a window to like more rough stone.
yeah,
Oh no!
it's quite a view down there, let me tell you. Anyway, it points down at, you can kind of see it, but, honestly, that's just projection.
I take it the
Okay.
bone motif might be more or less the same thing, or did we enter during dinner time?
I mean, I already had all 7 meals, so
Like 7 meals. What are you, a hobbit?
I do have a few. I do have a few leftovers, if you like.
Am I gonna have 7 meals too, Cam? Turn to Cam.
I
You
mean,
gotta eat. You have to eat,
technically-
D-Rab. You are all skin and bones right now. Well, bones.
he's
at
not even
least.
skin right now. Technically, you only have like 1 meal. You just have the same thing like 4 times in a day.
I mean, surely he also has the same thing 4 times in a day, like people. People 7 times in a day.
Yeah, but he had different people. You guys cook 1 meal and then that's your food for the next 2 days.
Okay, well.
The devil is still kind of lounging there, watching you with a grin on its face. It seems to be enjoying your banter.
Apparently, Cam
the
has
devil
something
like
against
man-threading?
leftovers.
I have nothing against leftovers, but he's Filipino. Everything they eat is leftovers. Except for when he like inexplicably has like McDonald's.
McDonald's itself can't be leftovers. Unless you half eat it.
You literally had McDonald's as leftovers the other day. You're fucking taking your exam.
It wasn't leftovers, it was takeout and I ate it. Whatever. There was extra at McDonald's. I'm just trying to defend myself feebly.
And obviously failing.
He literally had it as leftovers.
Nothing like
Let's just
leftover.
fight before Cam keeps bringing up my macas from my exam that I still have yet to do, by the way, Mr. Demon.
He doesn't respond. He's just
Wow,
watching
dick
you.
Move. You're gonna ruin his academic performance.
Honestly,
Academics just fucking needs them.
if you can just like write me up like a doctor's note so I can like waive this exam, that'd be great.
Something like, please excuse Dan of this exam for being interdimensionally displaced in another parallel universe.
I don't think
Yeah.
that would fly.
Oh, I'm sure all my physics tutors would be like, oh hell yes.
I mean, maybe if he writes it in, like, human skin and inks it in human blood, maybe. Necronomicon style.
See,
Oh,
you and
no,
I
no,
are on
That's
the
an
same
entire other
page.
can of worms.
I was gonna ask if you wanted in flesh and bone.
Bone.
In flesh and bone?
Or bone. Well, I could do both. Like,
I mean, like, sure.
Kind of like doing, like, a macaroni picture, but with bones.
Why not, right? This might be some fucked up dream. I'd be like, oh shit, that was real. What a good souvenir.
But what if he wants to use your bones?
Nah,
he kind of
if
points at
only
you,
on the-
Deb, grinning, and there you go. Seriously, I don't even have to work at this. You all got it.
only on the caveat that I still get to move around.
Alright, how do you feel if I do it on his bones? He points at Cam.
He wouldn't mind. He craves death.
Oh, well, he's not gonna be disappointed by this, then.
No, I'm sure.
Wait, what?
But he's already died. Cam, your wish came true.
Did he
That
die?
is
I mean,
true.
we're undead, but I don't remember dying, so if we were undead without dying, are we just, like, non-dead?
Or maybe this is just what death's like. Everyone's just panicking because everyone doesn't know what happens, but it's just nothing.
I see the classic, you're in another dimension because we all got hit by trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, the good place.
This looks like the good place.
I mean, unless it like crashed through my home, press X to doubt.
I mean, with what's going on in the
press
States right
F
now,
to pay
Dev, would you be
respect.
surprised, or would you be surprised if a truck crashed through your home?
A little bit, because I live on the edge of a mountain, so...
Well, that explains why it crashed through your home. It had nowhere else to go.
Maybe it flew off the mountain and crashed through your home because of a bad left turn.
Sure. Sure.
Or what if it was one of them Elon
I'm
Musk?
not likely to
space
believe I
trucks.
got mauled by a bear.
No, getting hit by a truck
That
seems
bear
more
was
likely.
a fucking transformer.
What about the bear was driving the truck?
Again, press X to down.
It could have been like a circus bear. You ever seen them drive those little cars?
No.
The circus. Now there's an idea.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
you
we're
even
standing
have
in one
circus
right now
everywhere?
with a clown sitting on this throne, so...
Pew, 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 pew. I do bone dab, and I also make fireworks behind us. Explosions.
You do so.
Yes. Oh, one. You know me so well.
Look, I think we are gonna have to come down to the thing. Are we gonna have to fight you, or are you just gonna let us go the fuck home?
I
Yes.
mean, do you want to escape? Because, I mean, you could stay. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, but what happens if we stay though?
You stay forever.
Look, you don't want
That's
us here,
it?
man. We just came from a place full of an
Oh,
epidemic.
no. I do. You all are hilarious.
Yeah, but you know, man, we just came
Thank
from a
you,
place
I
with a
do
deadly
try.
disease, but you have no pre-existing symptoms for. For all you know, we're all contagious.
I made a bone.
There are diseases.
So am
that
I.
Get rid of bone.
My dog died of bone marrow cancer, you're not fucking...
See, there you go.
Well, good for you.
What?
No, it was very sad, and I miss him a lot.
Just kind of
so
stares
rude,
at you.
Mr. Devil.
I'm a devil. What do you expect? All right, are we gonna do this or not?
Do
Yeah,
I?
I mean, by all
I
means.
know exactly. Bang. It's just like I just
Cast
say
Eldritch
bang.
Blast, please.
Yeah, it's like yeah, what a bang. This was all a trick to bring him into a false sense of security.
Okay. Please fire your Eldritch Blast. Well done.
Oh,
Oh boy. Okay, let's get your tokens in here, guys. Because I am a dumb and I didn't do that.
would have been great if that was an at 20 though. It's a poof.
Right in the skull. Yeah.
Dude, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah, so your Eldritch Blast, your quick draw Eldritch Blast didn't work as well as you think, as you couldn't really steady yourself. It was either speed or accuracy, and the bolt hits right here, and the creature kind of doesn't react as its grin goes like it's like a it's a Cheshire grin at this point. Ah, come on, you didn't think I expected that. As he begins to rise from his throne.
He's just do it again. Let's try again.
And instantaneously grows.
Oh, damn, that's sick.
As
You'll be able to do
he
that.
Grows bigger and bigger and bigger until he towers over. Kind of
Yo,
looks
dude,
down. Mm.
Yo, dude, what level did you evolve at?
I don't even know what level I am right now.
Do you always ruin one-liners?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
think
why
know
would
what
we
you're-
let the villain monologue?
You know
I
what?
would-
That's fair. You might be the only smart one here. Let's do
To be
this.
fair, he's been letting us monologue this whole time.
Yeah, he never let us
That's
talk.
because
We've been
we don't
stalling
give
for
a
the past
shit.
5 minutes.
Alright, so...
You didn't answer my question though, dude. What level
No,
do you
he-
evolve at?
he
Do you use a
didn't.
dust stone? Trade evolution? What is it?
Everybody please roll initiative.
Yeah, you got the initiative counter up?
Oh yeah, 1 second. Boop.
There you Now I roll good.
Alrighty. Hold on just a moment.
As he like going immediately after him, as he like bears down on me, and I'm still like rattling off different ways Pokemon evolve.
Yeah.
You know, you are assuming he's he's Pokemon evolution. He could do Digimon style.
Oh fuck that! No. Does Digimon like go back after the fight? That's like Mega Evolution, except before Mega Evolution. The Mega Evolution rips them off.
Yeah, but he was just small. How do you know he doesn't go back after the fight?
Yeah, but he didn't change. He just got bigger. Like Digimon like change when they do that shit. When they like
There's some Digimon that only just subtly change. They don't change that much. Like someone just gets like a fucking helmet or a weapon.
Yeah, which
And let's
he
be
didn't
honest,
get either of
Pokemon.
those though, so he's clearly not as cool as a Digimon.
We just keep having this conversation.
Yeah.
He's like bearing down on me, about to kick the shit out of me, and I'm like, not cool as a Digimon.
Yeah, battle music. We're just killing time waiting for the for everything to get set up.
yeah, I know. Alright, so jump and alrighty, so we begin. Eesh.
Yeah, okay, so all I see is him at the moment, so I will go. Yeah, so I missed, so I'm just gonna look at him and go, you know what? You're a real pain in the ass, you bony motherfucker. And I will cast Hex.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really used to that and I kind of enjoy it, not gonna lie.
I'm kink shaming. This is not allowed in my good Christian Pokemon game.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
That means I roll Hex again too. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so that alright, cool.
Wait, does my Hex damage go maxed out too, or just the weapon die, I assume?
I think it's just the weapon die, yeah, because Hex is
Yeah.
Whatever you think goes.
Yeah.
So crack him with 10, 11, 15, 16 damage.
Yeah. Hold up a moment, derps are doing derp things. Alrighty, Heath, is that your turn?
That's everything I literally could do.
The thing barely seems to even flinch as you strike it directly in the chest. He's still grinning at you as if this is all just one big joke.
I mean, he is a joke.
Ooh.
You're not going to be saying that for long. Alrighty. Bev.
Alright, I'm going to move over here. And then fire my bow.
Okay, please do.
Oof.
Alrighty, that AC is, as you kind of fire directly between the eyes, he just kind of raises the claw and swats it away, the energy just charging with the back of his hand. Come on, you can do better than that, I've seen you do better. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alrighty, it is its turn.
Coming for the fight, Derek?
Yes, Derek. Derek is here.
Oh! Puppy to the rescue!
Give me my security.
See, he found out that we're fighting something made of bone, so the dog came to eat it. The dog's like, yeah,
Mine!
As the thing begins to step down from its throne, with each step shaking the ground as it breaks into a run.
Maybe you evolve with the system upside down, spinning around. Friendship
And
evolution.
He doesn't go for you, Cam, but right for Dev.
Oof, Dev, you didn't move?
No, she moved.
Oh, did she? Okay.
And
That's
yeah,
why
as
he can go for her, because she's not behind me anymore.
as he just kind of gives you that Cheshire grin, kind of reaches out a claw, and you see this this pole arm just kind of fade into existence next to him, which he grabs and aims down at you. All right, now we begin.
How do I do that? Yo, bro, teach me that. I want to do that. That's cool.
He doesn't respond to you, Cam.
It's an action to ask my sword to do stuff, right?
Likely, depending on what it is. Very likely.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk over to here, and I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy. I know I asked you to be all shadowy and shit. You think you can do like some radiant damage?
As you ask it politely, make a charisma check.
Nope.
Oof.
You do feel like this kind of mental sense of strain, but nothing happens. Might be beyond its ability.
And
See
is
what
that my
happens.
full action?
I'm gonna say that's a bonus action since it was a very quick question.
Right.
It
Cool.
didn't take long saying it.
Alright, I'll just like in like basically the same motion, I'll just like flick the whip at him now.
As you do.
Just ask the question and then swing. Ooh, very close to a crit, unfortunately.
Alrighty. Yeah. As you kind of strike out, at the back of its ankle with the Oathkeeper whip blade thing. Yeah, it does exactly that. He grinds against the bone, sounds, well, like nails against chalkboard, and yeah, it's uncomfortable for you both.
Oh well. Yeah, that's my turn.
As you do. Again, doesn't seem to react. Dan.
Hey guys, into his nose. Pew pew.
Okay.
Oh, one.
No! His nose is immune.
His nose
As,
is immune to fireflies.
Fuck, he
your
had a
firefly-
vaccine.
As your Firefly blast kind of sweeps past the front of his face, he kind of like lets go of a claw and slam dunks it right into the pool next to him.
How dare! As I move away. I'll go. I'll just.
By the way, you're pretty sure these are pools of blood.
Now they're blood fireflies.
Okay, well, I'll pew pew.
You pew pew.
Oof. Jesus fuck. We're all gonna die.
As you kind of aim at his head, the head kind of like tilts to the side, and the Eldritch Blast just kind of flies right over. It doesn't even look at you as its head straightens back up. Dev.
Ah, yes, see my disadvantage shot out.
If you wish.
Oof. At least on the plus side, the disadvantage really didn't screw you over much.
Yeah, you can't really get a good shot off at such close range. This thing is actually kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Is that it for you?
Yes.
Alrighty. The thing kind of stares down at you with that grin and levels its weapon towards you. And slice.
Oh goody, again, something they can only miss with a natural one.
As you rather instantaneously
For
take
you, maybe flicks non-existent hair.
11 points of damage. And As he kind of strikes you right in the chest from that, his tail flicks out and it's gonna strike at Cam. There that goes.
Bro. Oh, me.
That doesn't hit your AC, does it?
No. No. No, it doesn't.
Alrighty.
Does his stinger have reach?
Yeah, of course it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And as he kind of looks down at you, Dev, his eyes flicking over Cam, D-Rab, and Heath, he just kind of raises his head to the sky and lets loose this grating screech. And you guys hear from some ahead of you, some behind you, the rattling of bones as the bone piles you saw before and joked about begin to move.
Bro, don't be a bitch.
Fuck. You sent my brothers after me? That's just rude.
Yo, that's a real slut move right there, man.
Yeah.
And as you all begin to whine and bitch, skeletons begin to crawl out. Bada boom. Skelly turn. Alright, this is Skelly number 1. Maybe I should color these dudes. I don't know. I don't
I'll
think
just
I'm the last
hover
one.
over the turn order
Well,
to
just add
see
a
which
little, like-
one.
Yeah, let me do that. If I can.
Just add dots like Howlin normally does.
Yeah. Red, blue, yellow, green. Cool. So red is going to let me see, Heath, you're over there. As it's just kind of gonna step on the bone pile and head directly for
Pretty fucking
you.
savage.
Yeah, I believe that's 30. Skelly 2, number green. Yes, that's how that works. Is gonna head directly for you, Cam.
Number
And yeah, it's gonna take a swing. They don't actually have any weapons, so they're a little disadvantaged. That doesn't hit, does it?
No, I got a 15.
Alrighty, as it reaches out for you, it actually takes another swing. That does hit.
So they're attacking with their fists, correct?
Yeah, there.
Then that would have to use their strength modifier. Unless these are monk skeletons.
I mean, they have claws.
Oh,
So, yeah.
technically
kinda like
still
the
strength
fact
modifier.
Good try.
Cool.
Yeah, that second slash doesn't include that extra 2 damage though, so you only take 2. Cam, it's yours.
Alright, seeing these guys pop up, I'm like, alright, one last fucking try. This one might be an action, but I think it's a bit more of an ask. Okay, hey, think we can get a bludgeoning end to the spear tip? The end of this whip? Make it like a flail?
You kind of like feel a bit of the attention, like your own attention, go to the pommel for a moment before like there's kind of like a mental flicker of, oh yeah, you changed me. So make a charisma check. Because typically you could just use the Mordhau grip. Oof. As
I don't
the
know
blade
what it
itself kind of seems to flicker and turn, but it doesn't. Nope, it's a bit too much to ask in the middle of the moment. And yes, that is an action.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You can try to bludgeon them with the pommel, but that wouldn't have reach. That's what
Yeah.
you want to do.
It also wouldn't do the full damage, would it? It would do less damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more of an improvised attack, so it do D4 instead.
Yeah. I mean, with my action used up, I think that's just gonna be my turn for now.
Alrighty. Dan, doing as a wizard does and stand in the back.
Yeah, I point at each of the skeletons like, what kind of bullshit is this? Chain lightning!
Chain lightning. That's a big ask. Would you actually want to do it?
Yes. Just fuck this. I need
After
an
20.
AoE.
Alrighty, make that charisma check with disadvantage.
Oh, come on, please. Oh, damn it. I was so close. Ah!
Disadvantage. Yeah, that's
Yeah, 14.
not gonna make it as the end of your wand crackles. There seems to be something stirring within it, but it's not enough.
I know, man. It's so rude.
Could've just asked for a fireball.
And that is your action.
Fuck that. I'm not gonna catch Cam in that shit.
You could've smoked the 3 up top without catching Cam. You blow apart the you could have blew apart the freaking
I don't think
spawn
it would
pits.
have worked anyway.
Oh, by all means, the blood needs eating.
They have to say, man, fireball level 3, chain lightning level 6.
I'd rather lightning bolt. Fireball's a Cam thing.
That is true. It is
You
a
know,
very
that's fair.
good spell.
Alrighty, Dan, is that the end of your turn? Would you
that's
like
it,
to? Alrighty.
I'll just stay here.
Skelly Yellow. Will do a big epic turn. Kind of just teetering on the edge. And will approach you, Dev, who is not ethereal at the moment, and he strike you. Don't ask how you know it's a he.
That'll hit.
Alrighty.
That bone structure, man.
Refined jawline.
And that misses.
Fuck, it gets 2
That is
attacks?
it, huh?
Jesus. Well, we
Yeah,
are
it's
all
actually
dead, so
fine.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. We're fucked. Like,
Yeah.
at this point, I'm just gonna lie
Alrighty.
down and die. I'm like, fuck it. We're dead.
And you ask why I didn't ask for chain lightning.
Cam,
Can I make an opportunity attack?
You can. You have reach.
Go with Keeper. Yay!
Alrighty, that's a
Cracked
decent
it.
amount of damage. As you kind of whip around and slam the whip into the side of the skeleton, here, as pieces of it begin to fall away. That seemed to hurt it pretty severely, but it still keeps going.
Yep.
The first does hit. Does the second?
No, the
You
second
have mage
does not.
armor. Right.
Yes.
Nice. Alrighty. Heath.
Yes, I do.
Well, I just look out and just kind of shrug and say, we're all dead. What's the fucking point? I
We've
will
already
blast...
died. Might as well fight.
Huh? I will
We've
blast
already
the
died.
skeleton in front of me.
Alrighty. You blast him. Alrighty. As you blast it right in the center, its entire chest bone just cracks and splinters. Some pieces go flying, some splash into the bone pool. It staggers, but it doesn't seem to be gone. Not
Question,
yet.
can I still make a bonus action unarmed strike?
Fuck it, I'll allow it.
Sure, I'll walk forward and punchy punch then.
As you draw back your fist. That does not hit its AC. No.
Fuck, I know
As
it.
yeah.
I mean, that's it. Fine. No, let's keep going. I mean,
Yeah, it does.
yeah. He's
You're being menaced by
I
this
do not
gigantic-
believe it's gonna help me. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Alrighty. As you look upward and focus completely on avoiding the next attack. Is that your turn?
Yep.
The devil kind of grins. Oh, I see what you're doing. And swings its polearm around to catch Cam.
Oh no.
Big miss energy. That is not big miss energy.
Alright. And yeah, you take that full 15 damage. And as you're struck staggering, the stinger just whips around from behind its hip and hits.
No. Oh.
Alrighty. Con
Slide.
save.
you're unconscious already.
You are?
Yeah, man,
Alright.
dude, man, you gotta remember we got
HP in one
20 hit
attack! Correct.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
over my max
yeah.
HP.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
We only have
Yeah.
20 hit points, man. We're
So yeah,
we
good
can't
luck
survive a
surviving, you guys.
round. Yeah,
That's why we already knew we're all dead.
Good
that's
luck
why we're not
surviving.
cared. Like we're dead. We don't care.
Yep.
We're not worried
Like
about it. It's like fuck it. Life sucks.
You're not worried about it.
I might as
Uh,
well attempt to cast Wish, man.
Yeah. Man. Look, no one said this thing wasn't gonna be tough.
Tough is one thing. I mean, obviously it's impossible to win, and I accept this as a fact.
Yep.
Like, there's no way we can win this.
No,
I will
we've
say
been
this,
through
you've done a
worse Heath encounters.
You've done a surprising amount of damage against this thing.
Hey, Derek.
Yep, that's a red.
I have not done anything.
Does that hit? That does hit. Oof.
I think my dog wants to go outside. I'll be back in a sec.
Alrighty.
I might be too. I'm gonna take Derek out. I think
Alrighty.
he's bugging me about.
Just calculate this health first. Let's put that at 8. Alright, Skelly number... I keep doing that. It's green. Is gonna strike at you, Cam.
Skelly number green.
It's a nat 1. I'm gonna take a page from Heath and say it stumbles. Cam, it's yours.
Oh, here. He is dead. Read that.
Oh, alright. So I
yeah,
guess
they
we'll take a quick
both stepped
pause
away
here.
to bring their dogs out, so.
Oof. Yeah, so I guess we'll take a quick break here. Heath is not here to pause the recording, so I guess we'll just flounder around waving our arms like Muppets.
Flounder, you recording cutscene. Ah!
Right back.
Ah, fucking hell.
BRB as well.
Welcome back, Heath. You mind pausing the recording?
Oh, okay. Everybody taking a break?
Pause the recording when I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, frickin' yeah. Evelyn told me to pause it.
That's right.
God damn it.
That's right.
I was wondering, I thought we did.
Rip.
Ah, shit.
It's alright. It's
We'll
not.
remember it in our
Oh.
heads. Big shadow beam.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Not anything we can do about it. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the claw's not for me. It's for our Minotaur friend.
Oh,
It probably
why
wants
not the
to.
tail?
Yeah. Well, speaking
tail's
of that, are we able to get our Minotaur and other living friends over here?
Yeah. Heath, can you resume the recording?
I did one already, but yeah, it's just I remember
Alrighty.
that fuck, you forgot to remind me back because it happened so quick that the pause
God
and the
damn it.
start never happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to do like a quick recap, Evelyn?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so what had just happened is that, let me see, we were in the middle of a fight, right? Yeah, we were.
It was literally when Brad started rolling out all his nat 20s.
Oh, God. Yeah, so our intrepid heroes have killed the demon. It was a long and arduous and drawn-out fight. A few of what seemed to be spirits within the weapons seemed to join them for it. A Goliath with a sword pulling Cam out of unconsciousness, and a wizard protecting D-Rab from certain doom. And in the end, as Cam sliced the devil's skull into, and as the thing crumbled to the ground, you all are left with a silence. You all investigated the throne, and found that indeed Dev's bow began to resonate with her as she approached it. You all dragged the throne out of the way with much strain and strife, and you see a tunnel sloped upward, another kind of cave. But it almost blinds you in a way that you're not used to, because you've basically been seeing fine this entire time. But you realize this is light. Light coming down from the end. Dev has just requested Cam to chop off a claw for the sake of the Minotaur that they have. And that's our recap.
Yeah.
Cam, I assume you go do that?
Yeah. I'll
Alright.
chop it off
Yeah.
and hold on to it.
Doesn't require a roll because it is a bone demon because it's wrist. So you chop it off pretty easily. It is quite heavy, but probably not for the Minotaur.
That's true. So, should we figure out a way to get the Minotaur and the other human, or the other
Yeah, surely.
aliveys back here?
I mean, yes. Do we got like buckets to like get the water out? What are we gonna do?
And there's the big fuck off boulder.
No, we heard falling. It
If
could just
we-
be
what
lots
we
of small
assumed
rocks. We
correctly.
have no idea what it is.
Maybe there's a different way around.
I wonder. Heath.
Yeah.
You know, you've been, running around with Eldritch Blast coming out of your finger. I wonder if you could alter a dimension door.
Alter it how?
Like,
Like reverse dimension.
Try to
door,
make
bring them
one.
to you.
to get them here.
Maybe
Well-
if you and D-Rab grinded first together, you guys could have
Yeah,
a better
maybe.
chance of succeeding.
Work with Heath. He got me killed.
Yeah, and he fucking shot off my finger. I'm still not killing him.
I'm not killing Heath. I just don't know if
I
wanna
mean,
work
look, we've seen some impossible shit work here.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't get you killed. We all were going to get killed regardless. And technically, did you die or did you just turn into a skeleton? There's a distinction.
Hmm.
Come on. We only saw it to them.
I mean, gate is a thing, you know.
Come on. Please.
We're a little closer to Heath, but
The shade is
I
giving you
bet-
puppy dog
I
eyes
bet you
right
just
now,
don't want
by
to
the
do
way.
it because you fucking can't, pussy.
there are angry anime marks on where my temple would be.
I'll be right back a quick second.
God.
Right,
SD
you know,
Rob's
doing this
non-
for what?
Alright, both of you roll charisma check. You have charisma, Heath intelligence, with advantage.
Oof. Nope.
That's a harsh fucking negative.
15.
And that's also kind of a negative for that kind of level of spell. Yeah, so as you both begin, like, kind of crowding around and trying to bring forth the magic necessary for such a spell, knowing that it exists, and that certainly helps you, Heath, but at the same time, bringing it to existence is something completely different. And D-Rab, something within you feels kind of spent. You just did a lot.
I think.
And it's almost as if the wand is aching. From all
Oh
the
no, I'm
strain.
sorry.
But, yeah, as you both are kind of focusing,
It's growing
I'm-
pains, man. It's like a muscle. We got this.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, apart from Dimension Door, something like, mold earth or, or control water is a simpler spell.
Where would we move the water though? Because we can't
Just destroy water.
Yeah, just destroy water.
Destroy. Forgot that's a spell.
Alright, back.
Welcome back.
I could try.
I mean, there's a
We'll go with
limitation
it.
to how much you can destroy. Only 10
But-
gallons, so that's not going to do a lot. I think we're better off with mold earth, though, because if we can, like, tunnel out a hole to the side, we can, like,
I'll
drain
be
the
back in a
water.
sec again.
Okay.
Right?
Alrighty.
Yeah, because if we make a tunnel to the
Right.
sideways, we can lower the water pressure by just, like, making a tunnel with the mold earth spell. Because we can go
could
under there
also-
without any negatives.
We could also try and make, like, the cave bigger for the Minotaur to actually fit.
I could try, but it's like going really hard at the gym and now everything hurts. So I think I have like magic fatigue.
I mean, how many
Alrighty.
people can you bring with you during it with a dimension door?
1.
One. Okay.
We already tried. If we try again, it might be weird.
I mean, like I say, I think we could definitely try, like, you know, carving out the earth, maybe. We could try, I don't
We did
know,
the spiritual weapon thing, so
It
we can
was
try
certainly
the
a lower
motor.
level spell for
What if
dimension
we
door.
just like hyper beamed the wall and destroyed it? You know, just like
I feel like as much as I love beams all the time, just like beam all the time, I think I have magic fatigue, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do much. All I got is a cool sword.
can you
Yeah,
turn
why
it
can't
into,
you
like,
just,
a
like-
drill?
Why can't you like dimension
think-
cut?
I
Like,
think there's
man,
a limit
sword
to
beam.
how much I can change its shape. I think it still has to be like a sword.
Why can't you just sword beam?
This is
I mean, I can try a
Cam's
sword beam, but
I mean, I still think we could control the water, just bring it out of the tunnel, right? At least a few, like, we just got to lower it enough for, like, an air pocket for them to go above, right?
yeah, they'll-
Yeah.
Joe?
It's not like we got to get rid of all the water, we just got to lower it, like, an inch or two.
So destroy water is okay still if we just destroy enough that it'll reduce the water to an inch or two above.
Well, I mean, considering destroy water can only get rid of 10 gallons,
I mean, maybe you can make like a supercharged version that can destroy a larger amount.
Yeah, like global warming, destroy water.
cast sunbeam to evaporate all the water.
Yeah, Heath, you should do that.
Yeah, that's all you, man. I'm tired.
Well,
Did
let's
you see
start
me
with...
cast disintegrate at that guy? I don't think it was disintegrate. He didn't disintegrate. But it was a big boy beam.
Well, let's see what we can do.
Oh,
Sure,
God.
I'll try to first cast control water and just try to funnel the water out of it,
Alrighty.
like into another, like just into another room, to try to
So
drop it just a couple inches so they can swim up and breathe.
So, yeah, so you guys trek your way back to the pool. It isn't hard, really. The path is actually pretty straightforward, and one of you at least memorized it. Probably Heath.
Actually, probably
And-
not. I'm terrible with directions.
Oh, well,
I'm not.
rip, you fuckers get lost.
Hi.
Yeah, no, you guys arrive back at the tunnel, and as you guys trek your way back past the pressure plate, which doesn't move, you guys begin to hear kind of like a muttering. Ah, you big fluffy bastard, get in! Come on, push! And as you kind of look down into the pool, there is no water.
Do you think that the pressure
Oh.
plate I pressed actually cracked a hole in the ground and drained the water?
You know, maybe.
Oh,
just
what's
kinda hear,
happening
like-
over there? I don't follow.
You just kind of hear a muffled, "Come on, I am coming." They're arguing,
Think-
but you.
I'm gonna just head over there to check up on what they're trying to do.
All right, so you drop down into the pool, and well, it's not a pool anymore. Yep, you still do see a bunch of the bodies hanging out at the bottom of the incline. And as you kind of watch, you see like an elven face come, kind of like an elven outfit and an elven face kind of appear as she walks down the incline, makes eye contact with you. And just starts walking up. Following is Yerrick, and then you see taking up pretty much the entire fucking hallway is the Minotaur himself. Kind of hunched and kind of being pushed forward by who you imagine would be Keck.
As I see the elf chick whose name I already cannot remember, I'll give like a little salute wave.
She nods back.
Stop flirting.
And I'll call back up. Hey guys, you think you can like mold earth and make the ceiling higher?
Yeah, I can try it.
That's quite possible.
I mean,
Just,
is it stone or earth up there, though? Because...
Oh, it'd probably be stone.
Yeah, because I can't mold stone. I can only mold earth, so dirt.
I'm just stone shape.
Yeah, stone shape I could take a shot at.
Look, man, I'm not the magic guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just do the thing, okay? Like, if you know a better spell for it, then by all means, don't take my advice.
You may roll intelligence check.
Uh, $18.
Alrighty. Yeah, you don't really get the full effect of stone shape, but you do manage to, in front of the Minotaur and all, you do some rocks fall as the ceiling kind of shifts and shakes above them. Keck gets a little aggressive. But you do manage to make the ceiling just a bit higher to make it just a bit easier for the Minotaur to move through. And with much strife and strain, he does eventually get through and pulls his huge ass up.
Being a Minotaur sounds so cool.
He's got
I
a big
bet I
chunk of
wouldn't get
seaweed on
mugged
his
if I
leg.
was a Minotaur.
If you were a Minotaur, you definitely would not have been mugged, no.
I mean,
Wait, who
unless
got
he
what now?
happened to pass by a beef processing shop, and something might have happened.
See, ironically enough, we don't really have that stuff on like every street corner in Australia. So hey,
Yeah,
how
so-
did you guys manage to get the Minotaur through that hole? What happened there?
Yeah.
Aye, right. And the Minotaur just kind of interrupts him. The entire fucking throne room collapsed.
Oh hell yeah! That sounds sick as hell.
See, my
Yeah.
You break that
curiosity
on the
said
first
it did something.
Speaking of which, we have a gift for you, Cam.
Yeah. I'll like. Is he? We'll wait till he gets out of the tunnel. I feel like he's a little bit limited in his
Yeah.
movement right now.
Come
Yeah,
in.
After we get through
Oh.
the tunnel,
Yes.
I'll toss up the bony hand.
Come in. The water's nice. As I stay in the room, welcoming them in a blood pit.
The blood pit is 10 feet deep, D-Rab. You have just made a mistake.
I'm just hanging. I'm just
She's
hanging.
Oh,
just hot
okay.
tubbing it,
Yeah, just
man.
a swimming pool, like. Oh yeah. Oh.
Do you really expect yourself to float?
Fun
Oh,
fact:
no.
I looked. Skeletons
float.
only
I'm
float
like-
if they've been
I'm like-
have like air going into the bones from excessive decay.
I'm hanging on the edge.
Okay. Alright, yeah, that's
like
fair.
Spider-Man. like doing the
Gotcha.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Just walk in there, D-Rab is missing. Where the fuck did D-Rab go? We have no way of finding him because he's literally 10 feet in blood, so we can't see down there. And he does not even make
Like
bubbles because he can't breathe.
Pew, pew from
Yeah, so
We get paid today.
y'all motherfuckers, yeah, you see D-Rab just hanging by a bulb pool. D-Rab, it's fucking hot, and it kind of, like, you feel like it should smell, but you don't smell a thing.
Oh, it's hot.
Of
Yikes.
course, yeah, it's bubbling.
Hot
It's
tub with
boiling.
blood, man.
Yeah.
I go
So
in
the
here and I
Latino
immediately regret it. I immediately regret it, but I'm committed to the goop, so I'm like, hi, what's up? Come in, order's fine.
Alright, yeah, the three enter into the throne room. The Minotaur, one of the first, and Cam, you toss him the claw.
Yeah.
He kind of like catches it, looks down at it, looks over at the Bone Devil, whose skull was split in half and crumbling. You got him.
Mm-hmm.
It was close, but we sure did. As I am like, I am a mess.
You are
Well,
torn
considering you
apart.
died,
Holes and giant feet marks and
yeah,
cuts.
you're not just knocked down once, knocked down twice, knocked down 3 times, knocked down 4 times.
Hey, he did his job well as the tank.
Yeah, that natural 20 basically was the turning point for Cam.
As the Minotaur just kind of looks down at the claw and goes, "Whose idea was this?"
That was mine.
Goes to shit.
Figured you could use a hand.
No, I figured he'd want a souvenir of his enemy.
He glares at you.
It's a special, loaded gesture from where we're from to give somebody else's hand.
Yeah, cut him.
Roll a deception check with advantage.
13.
Let me see. That's a fucking insight. Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I had this guy's. You're not gonna believe me, but I had this guy on 2GM. He got a nat 20.
I believe it. You know, I'm just gonna say,
yeah.
D-Rab, I was about to help you with your deception. Yeah, exactly. Just take your hand off. And
Wow, rude.
You already had advantage, but yeah.
yeah.
As he just kind of glares at the two of you, kind of snorts, but it doesn't kill all of you.
You're so cool, by the way, Mr. Minotaur. I just wanted to say, that's a good thing where we're from. If that's not a thing over here, the cool word.
He stares
Just
at
kinda-
you.
I look at him, I just kind of shrug. I thought it was a good pun.
He just shakes his head and he just shakes his head and shrugs. Yarrick steps forward, and his eyes pretty immediately catch onto the very faint sunlight that's coming from the tunnel. Hey, did you find a way out?
Hell yeah, we did.
Well,
Yeah,
the Bone
yeah.
Devil said that the way to
At least I assume it's a way
find his
out. I don't know
throne,
what's- I don't know
but we're
what's
just
through that.
not sure if, the
Hmm.
devil told the truth.
Yeah, they usually lie, but this
It sure looks like sunlight.
Speak with dead,
It does.
bitch.
On the other hand, a tunnel at the end of a tunnel on fire looks like sunlight as well.
What I miss?
I'm pretty sure it's a Zaku thing.
I'm pretty sure it was a Zaku thing too.
Oh, okay, alright.
Oh, boys, do I have a fucking gift for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look. I gotta get off the cameras.
Oh god, what is this?
It was me, D-Grab.
I can't believe you even got my like. Zach and Cam were here.
How did he do that?
Oh no.
How did he do that?
That's gonna be my my picture now.
Oh god, Rocky's gonna watch this and gonna be so proud. Zaki's gonna watch this and be so proud. Yeah, you
Can we
deserve it.
Heath, can this be our picture for the video tonight?
Yeah. You know what? With all the
Yeah.
shit he was doing
I'll
today.
allow that. I'll allow that.
Not your choice, man. I'm the one converting.
Shit. Alright. Well,
You know, say.
fuck it out. God damn it. Yeah.
You are
No, that
hostage.
aside, that fucking never happened. Alright. Yep. We're still going with the game, guys. What are you doing?
So with
That revelation.
I look over, he's like, I guess, so, I mean, yeah, I guess nothing ventured, nothing gained sort of thing. We gotta go through this to see what's there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't find a different exit, did you?
Not that I saw. Mind you, we didn't really go
No,
looking,
we
to be
had
honest.
I
there's
mean,
windows to the side that lead to nowhere.
my boat directed me towards the throne anyway, so that's as much of a sign as I can go with.
I mean, the only other
Let's
thing I can...
go.
I mean, we might be able to look at other places, and I look over at D-Rab, think about pushing him into the blood pool to see if there's anything down there, and then immediately start thinking about it.
Cat kind of steps forward. Well, you're right about that, lad. It punches you in the shoulder. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's go! So Keck is going to lead the way up to the rest of you follow.
Yes.
I mean,
I want to see Aeos' sun god.
I'll keep near the back.
as we start going out of the tunnel into the light, I'm just gonna stop and go, anybody else getting like Undertale vibes here, or is just
I never played Undertale, so I don't know what you mean.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if my heart's still intact, Heath. From
God damn it, Heath. You got. God damn it, Heath! No. Yeah, exactly. As you all, it is remarkably like that, though, as you lead your way upward, the sarcastic part of me just wants to go, and you fall into the light! Good job, game over. Good job.
yay!
No, as you all step your way into the light,
but were we
This is
blinded
kind
by
of-
the light?
yeah. Very blinded, actually. All of you are, in fact. Even the Minotaur. Especially the Minotaur. As as you all kind of walk upward into the light, it seems to envelop you, this warmth, this feeling of almost accomplishment, of safety. It's almost as if, despite the fact that you're enveloped in this light, the weapons are still connected, feeding you these emotions that they're feeling, congratulating you for what you've done. The light fades to darkness. And one final time, all senses seem to fade away from you, and you lie in oblivion. Floating, floating. Peaceful, just like before. And you hear a drip, 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 boom! And as I imagine, once again, just like in the beginning, you kind of have that feeling of having a dream in which you almost fell off something very high, a lethal fall. You jump and you look around, and wherever you once found yourself at the beginning of all this, whether Dev in your home, the two of you at work, Keith, wherever you may be, you look around and you find yourself back in rehab. Alone.
Meanwhile, a neon sign flashes over D-Rab's head saying, "Will be continued."
No, it's just like the JoJo's like to be continued as a wake up.
Yeah, just,
Dun, dun, dun.
I was resisting the earth the entire time in your like description and everything, like, and then we wake up in the coffins again, start over.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to freak you guys the fuck out. Probably didn't work, but whatever.
I was like, nope.
to be fair, I think the problem is we're too much of memers by nature. Everybody here's a bit of a memer.
That's fair. So, yeah, so as you're kind of sitting there in that kind of very surreal space where, for a moment, you question whether it's a dream, whether it was a dream. It seemed far too vivid, more vivid than this. There's almost this time and space, if you ever kind of woke up and were in that state where you feel like you're in a different dimension of some sort. That's exactly what it feels like. And as you kind of look around, seeing, if you're in public, people doing normal things, you might just kind of look down to your hand, and it seems completely normal. Just as it was before. Not skeletal, not rotted, not half invisible.
Not missing a digit.
Nope. Not missing anything, in fact. It's exactly as it was when you fell asleep. If that was really just falling asleep.
I just look at my hand and go, fuck it. You know what? No more eating after midnight.
I'm not taking that deal. I'm still gonna eat after midnight.
I immediately text Cam.
And as you kind of sit in that space, taking a breath, musing, you consider how it felt to... What?
So Zaku just posted the D-Rab thing in our in the horror group.
Son of a bitch. As you all kind of take a breath musing over this, how it felt to hold the weapon, how accomplished it felt to... You all are safe and sound the fucking end. Good job, guys.
Sorry, man. It all stopped.
Yay!